Katie here, welcome back. Today's video is a review and a first impressions of the Grav3yardgirl Swamp Queen palette by Tarte. I was lucky enough to manage to get my hands on this. I paid a very high price, but I was lucky enough to get my hands on it. And I give my thoughts on this palette and the pros and cons of this palette. And so if you want to hear a little bit more of that and see how I did this, then keep watching. Okay, so before I get started, I've done my entire base. So I've done my foundation, I've done my eyebrows, I've done all my primers, my contour, yada yada. The foundation that I've used today is the CoverGirl Ready Set Gorgeous foundation. I'm actually quite impressed with it. I haven't used it in a long time and I'm like, oh damn, actually I quite like this. I am so lucky that I got my hands on this palette. I'm in New Zealand, so it's really hard to get here and all the way down here in the bottom of the world, especially when they're kind of really tight releases and don't ship to New Zealand. Although Tarte does ship to New Zealand, I never saw this collection on the New Zealand Tarte website. It was always on the US website and it was always sold out. I've got to have it and I will pay whatever it takes. I'm crazy, I know. I have sort of gone through and swatched a few bits and pieces with my fingers, but I haven't put any of this on my face as yet. So the first thing I'm going to do is bronze, and I'm going to use the shade Sweet Tea. Another thing that I've noticed just opening this palette is it smells almost chocolatey. It smells very similar to the Too Faced chocolate bar palette. I don't know if that was intentional, and it makes me think that is Tarte and Too Faced in bed together. I don't know. Are they made in the same factory? I'm starting to think, like, are they kind of made by the same bigger corporation? I don't know, because this is like identical to the Too Faced chocolate bar. Bizarre. So let's take that Sweet Tea on my normal favorite Morphe bronzer brush. It looks quite orange toned, so I'm a little bit scared. It is quite orange, so it would be perfect in summer with a tan. I think it would suit a lot of skin tones. I'm not thinking it's going to suit a lot of pale skin tones. It's warmed up my skin really nicely. I do really like it. So far so good. I really like that shade and I would definitely use that more often. So now I'm going to use the shade, the blush shade Does This Really Work? The blush is quite highly pigmented, but it is a really pretty blush. I wouldn't call it like a unique colour, but it does go really well with the bronzer. And now time for the highlighter out of this palette, and this is called Gator Wings. I can see straight off the bat, it's really sparkly, really chunky. I can already tell by dipping my brush in that it is so chunky. I'm like tapping it and I swear all of it's just coming off. It's actually got a lot of like chunky glitters through it, which is not really ideal. Like glitter all over me. As you run your brush over your skin, it's sweeping all the chunky glitters off. It just leaves this really nice sort of golden glow. I mean, that's pretty glowy. It's a beautiful highlighter, but that chunkiness, it's just, I see glitter just flying around everywhere. Okay, it's just going actually all over my face and I can't get it off. Ugh, Bunny, no! Now I've got glitter all over me, so if you're getting ready for a night out and you didn't want glitter all over you, then don't use that highlighter. Oh, so I love it, but I hate it. It's another love-hate. So I'm thinking of doing maybe like a nice halo eye. I don't really know what colours I'm going to be using just yet. I think I'm just gonna wing it. The first one that I'm going to use is this shade here. This is called Big Baby, and this is just a cream matte shade, and I'm just going to put that all over my lids. Okay, so it's a little bit powdery. I've got chunks of glitter in my eyebrows now too. Oh my god. So now I'm going to just do a really light crease. I'm going to pop this shade here called Natural Peaches. I'm going to pop that underneath my lower lash line as well. Okay, so now I'm just going to pop a wee bit of Dog Man in my inner and outer eyelid corners. And this is just like quite a terracotta reddy brown. It's got some really fine gold glitters in it as well. That is a beautiful colour. Quite pigmented. I don't have any complaints about the pigmentation. I'm just going to sweep that right underneath the entire eye, I think. I'm just going to go back over that sort of crease line with Natural Peaches again. Now to add a wee bit of sort of maybe like a little bit more dimension, I'm going to also place a little bit of Man Cat, which is like a really deep purple, just on the real corner bits, just to sort of deepen those corner bits a wee bit more with something a little bit more interesting. I definitely encourage you to get creative with your colours and get creative with your eyeshadows. Put a colour on top of another colour. Experiment. I mean, who would have thought that a sort of a muted eggplant purple would look that good on like a brick terracotta red? Just have a play. Experiment. Like, it's just makeup. You can wash it off. It doesn't matter. You might find some amazing colour combos that you never thought actually ever existed. And with just a flat normal eyeshadow brush, I'm going to go and pop S4S. I'm going to pop that on the centre of my eyelid. So that's really nice, but it's not really giving me the pop in the center of my eyelid like I really want. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take Gator Wings, which is that chunky glittery highlight, and I'm going to spray my brush with MAC Fix Plus, and that's just going to foil it and make it more intense. Oh yes, yes, this is what it was made for. Oh, I love it so much. It makes my green eyes pop so bad. So now I'm just going to apply some liner and some lashes, and I'll be right back. Okay, so this is the final look. I just added on a pair of lashes, and these are the Miss Adoro lashes in 415. For my lippy, I popped on a little bit of the Bronx Matte Lip Tint, and this one is an earth tone. And just to really utilize that Gator Wings highlighter, I popped that on the top and the middle of my lippy as well. So my overall first impression of this palette is I absolutely adore this palette. I am so stoked that I got it. If you've been thinking about getting it, then if you can still get your paws on it, then definitely go and get it, because it's a beautiful palette. From the packaging, like the packaging to begin with is just stunning. The colours inside are so versatile. You can create really warm, quite dramatic looks like this. You'd be able to do really, really natural things. Also really mauvey, purpley sort of types of looks. The only letdown in this palette is definitely Gator Wings. I mean, it makes a gorgeous cheek highlighter, but the glitter fallout is just crazy. And it smells like Too Faced chocolate bar. What is going on there? The pigmentation was spot on. The blending, it was so blendable, it was easy. So I'm definitely going to get my hands on a few more Tarte products, I think, because that was really good. So if you found this video informative and it helped you out a little bit on your decision making, then please give it a big thumbs up, and don't forget to subscribe. It helps me out a lot and it makes me really, really happy. And of course, you'll be seeing my face again next time.